Did you know that more millionaires are created in a recession than any other period of time? I know it sounds counterintuitive, but that's a straight fact. In fact, according to the study by the Kauffman Foundation, more than half of the companies in the 2009 Fortune 500 list were actually launched during a recession or in a bear market. The economic landscape during these times might have been rocky, but it was also ripe with opportunity. But how can this happen? How can people thrive during a recession? Well, I'm gonna look at some of the previous recession data and share the 3 opportunities somebody like you can take today to start thriving in a bear market or a recession. Now, this is not financial advice, and this is just for fun. I'm looking at the data points, and past indicators do not necessarily indicate future success. So keep this in mind when you're investing. Talk to an accredited investor or accredited financial advisor before spending $1 on any investments. Now let's get into the top 3 ways you can capitalize on the most important ways to thrive in a recession. The first and number 1 way to get rich in a recession is investing in speculative assets or recession-proof businesses. Now, essentially, you're going to want to allocate a large portfolio to investing in real businesses, and then maybe 5 to 10% of that allocation is going to go towards speculative assets like Bitcoin. One of the big things that's happening in 2024 is the Bitcoin halving. Essentially, this means that the amount of work and effort that people are going to get rewarded for mining Bitcoin is going to be cut in half. This is essentially going to influx the supply and demand curve for Bitcoin, and this is all starting next year. So this is a speculative investment, but something that could double or triple in 2024 and beyond. Now, as far as other businesses that grow in a recession, here are 3 really great industries to look into. The number 1 industry that really grows in a recession is discount retailers like Walmart. Historically, these retailers have demonstrated a lot of resilience during economic downturns. For instance, during the 2008-2009 recession, Walmart was a company that actually saw a huge growth of 1.7%. Now, this might not seem like a lot, but that's a huge amount during a recession. Another industry that really grows in a recession is the healthcare industry, since it's generally considered recession-resistant because people continue to require medical services regardless of the economy. For example, in the 2008 recession, the healthcare sector grew by 6.6%, and this is according to the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis. Last but not least is consumer staples. This industry often remains stable because it includes necessary goods like food, personal care items, and household products. An example of some of these resilience industries can be seen in the performance of the Consumer Staples Select Sector, SPDR. If you pick some of these industries that are going to continue to grow, figure out things that people are going to need to buy despite recession or economic downturns. Now, the second way to thrive in a recession is to start your own business. Like I mentioned earlier, half of the Fortune 500 companies were founded during a recession, meaning there is a lot of opportunities today and in the future years to come to start a business that makes money and is going to continue growing over the foreseeable future. Now, if you look at some of the other investments from the previous point, there's going to be certain industries that thrive in a recession, and you can look and build businesses around these recession-proof businesses. Last but not least is buying a business or buying some type of asset that's undervalued. In a recession, people become over-leveraged, meaning their monthly expenditures are now exceeding how much money they're bringing in. They get scared and they sell assets at a sale. I've seen this time and time again in the online business acquisition space. A lot of sellers have been working in their business for 5 to 10 years, and they're just ready to exit because things look like doom and gloom in the future. They're not 100% bullish on their business, but if you find the right business and you see opportunity, it doesn't matter because the 10 or 15% of an economic downturn is not going to matter if you're able to 3, 4, or 5x this business with certain proven marketing channels. Now, I offer first-time buyers a free consultation to talk about buying an online business, and I'll leave my link below in the description. I've helped people buy and sell over $120 million worth of online businesses, and I would love to talk to you to see if it's a good fit for your current investment structure. Now, in conclusion, recessions can be super scary times, and this is the reason that most people don't thrive, is instead of taking action, they sell assets at a loss or a break even, they hold on to a big lump sum of cash, or they sell off assets that if they would have held on to for a few more years would have been a much better time to sell or exit. Now, just keep in mind, you should have 3 to 6 months of actual runway, living expenses, anything that goes wrong, medical expenses. You want to have that at all times in the bank, and anything on top of that should be considered what you put forward to an investment. Now, keep in mind, if you're going to invest in something, make sure you're checking with a professional and that you're not investing money you're going to lose sleep at overnight. So if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment below if there's an industry or something that you're going to be investing in into the next recession.